Have you ever pulled into your driveway, turned off the engine, and then just stayed there? You're staring at the steering wheel or out the windshield at your own front door, but you can't quite bring yourself to open the car door. It's not that you're lazy, and it's not that you don't love the people inside that house, but inside your brain, there's a whisper saying, just a few more minutes of peace.
You pull into your driveway, shift into park, and twist the key. The engine cuts out, the headlights fade, and you are suddenly submerged in a heavy, unexpected silence. You stare blankly out the windshield at your own front door. Despite the people waiting inside, you find yourself unable to turn the handle and step out. An internal voice pleads for just a few more minutes of isolation before you re-engage with the world's demands. This is the driveway reset, a moment of unreachable release where being parked creates a physical boundary that the modern world cannot cross. Inside these four doors, you have absolute control over the lighting, the temperature, and the volume. The car functions as a sensory deprivation tank for an overtaxed nervous system. We have reached a point where the only effective airlock between our public and private lives is the dark cabin of a stationary vehicle. Throughout a standard day, your brain is in a state of high alert performance, constantly managing a gauntlet of social and professional expectations. This exhaustion is rooted in optimal arousal theory. Optimal arousal theory is a psychological principle stating that humans seek a specific level of sensory and mental stimulation to function without becoming overwhelmed. To maintain this balance, your nervous system is constantly recording the micro. For those with high sensitivity, this process is involuntary. You spend the day downloading the chaos of your environment, filling an internal buffer that rarely empties. This constant downloading creates a high allostatic load. Allostatic load is the measure of cumulative wear and tear on the body and brain resulting from chronic exposure to stress. This physiological burden peaks at the exact moment you pull into your driveway. The car provides the first opportunity of the day to stop reading the room. It is a rare space where your environment doesn't require a specific emotional response. For the first time in hours, the performance is over. This makes the car a liminal space. A liminal space is a transitional threshold where you are between roles and belong to no one but yourself. The need for this transition often stems from early survival adaptations. If you grew up as a latchkey kid, someone who returned to an empty home and had to manage your own emotions and problems in isolation, you learn to value periods of complete autonomy. For many, the childhood habit of reading the room to ensure safety or peace at home makes the front door feel like another stage. The car mimics that early latchkey independence, providing a middle ground where no one needs fixing and no conflict needs diffusing. This quiet moment triggers a specific biological reward, the release of acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter that facilitates deep focus and internal reflection. This chemical shift signals your prefrontal cortex to begin processing the day's unfinished business, cataloging events you were too busy to feel in the moment. While social environments trigger a dopamine parade of external rewards, the silence of the car provides the calm internal reward required for mental recovery. Your brain is initiating a mandatory biological sequence. You are downshifting from the day's high-stakes performance mode into a necessary state of rest. Modern culture often treats the hypervigilance of Gen X and millennials as a standard requirement, but even the most resilient system requires a recovery period. Claiming 20 minutes in a parked car is an act of curatorial comfort. In a world that demands you stay posted and documented, you are choosing to be unreachable. Silence is the specific environment where clarity lives. It is not empty. It is the absence of noise that allows your own thoughts to become audible. This pause allows your cortisol levels to drop. Cortisol is the body's primary stress hormone that keeps your threat detection system active. By letting those levels fall, you ensure that you walk through your front door with genuine presence. You finally step out of the car, carrying the calm you just cultivated back into your home. Your nervous system was screaming for a quiet room, and you provided it.
Remember, silence isn't empty. It's where your clarity lives. I'll see you in the next deep dive.